Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, welcome back. Cedric, let's get another check of our weather.
Yeah, I'll tell you what do you think about the weather?
Well,
yeah,
we were telling you that this morning it was strangely dark still.
Yes.
From like 8, so we were a little bit like,
yeah.
The rain was nice to hear this morning on the roof. Mm-hmm. Other than that.
Nice that we have a little bit more white along the west, right?
A lot more white showing up there now, and that may continue as we go throughout this week as we may add to it. So if you like it, maybe some more on the way. And it's not just across the north. Let me show you a shot here. This is at Cherry Peak here looking towards the western side here, and this is looking at the snow stick there. This is at about 6,600 feet. And they picked up about 5-6 inches of snow over since midnight. So even below 7,000 feet just by a little bit there. In portions of north, central, and the southern mountains, we've been seeing some of that snowfall coming down. So that's pretty nice to see. How about over at Solitude? Yeah, hello, we've got some snow out there for you as well. Again, cloudy skies right now. Folks out there enjoying the beautiful wintry-like conditions. You love to see that fresh snow when it looks up on the trees there. Man, that's just a beautiful winter-like scene, almost like a postcard showing up out there. All right, let me get you over to forewarned radar because as you can see here, a lot of this is beginning to wind down, but we still have some lingering showers across northern Utah, so be aware of that here. Again, a couple of batches of snow shower activity trying to make its way over towards the Bear River Range. We've got some activity here as you get over past the Wasatch back into portions of some of the western Uinta Mountains and then down towards portions of the Wasatch Plateau. We're seeing a couple of snow showers still left over as well. So just be careful. Again, we're seeing improving conditions here, especially considering what we saw this morning, but there are still some partially snow-covered roadways in some of the higher elevations above 7,000 feet. Below that, things are melting overall on the roads, so we're just dealing with some wet conditions on the roadways. And then as you get down into the valley areas, notice things are actually starting to dry up a little bit. So we're starting to see more in the way of dry roadways out there, which is great news. All right, look at the numbers. Low to mid-40s here across the Wasatch Front. So even though it's chilly out there, these temperatures are still well above average for this time of the year. We've got 30s and 40s here off towards the east and down towards the south and west as well. So these mild temperatures here, about 5 to 10 degrees above average, is pretty much where we're going to hold today. So you may actually drop a degree or two later today, but for the most part, mid to upper 40s across the north. Temperatures in the 50s as you get down towards the southern half of the state, but again, still well above average. All right, let's set the stage for you here for the rest of this week because this is our storm system today. That's going to be pushing to our east as we go into the next couple of hours. You see this next storm system off the west coast. It's moving on shore, but it's not really going to impact us. It's going to dive due south and head down towards portions of the Baja. So that means we get a nice break, some pleasant weather as we go into your Tuesday here across the Beehive State. But here comes that next system, and notice the direction, the northwesterly flow. It's coming from the Gulf of Alaska. If you think Alaska, you think colder air. Well, that's what's going to be entrenched in this system. So it'll be a colder storm. And again, it'll be approaching on Wednesday afternoon. So we'll start to see the moisture moving in. Better chances of the colder air and the moisture mixing together as we go into your Thursday. And that's when we have the best chance of potentially seeing that snow all the way down towards the valley floors. It's a quick mover, though, so it's out of here by the time we get towards your Friday. And fresh snow. And then we have a high pressure ridge building in. Oh, yeah, that spells a big-time inversion that will likely develop as we head just in time for the upcoming weekend. So a true winter-like feel and pattern out there across the area on the way. So again, today we'll see the last of this storm system again continue to wind down as we get into this afternoon. High pressure, clearing skies showing up across the area. By the time we get towards your Tuesday, we're dry, we're quiet. Here comes that system from the north and west, and notice it dives in, first bringing clouds first half of your Wednesday. By Wednesday afternoon, that's when I think we see some valley rain and mountain snow, but these snow levels will be dropping so that by the time we get towards midnight or shortly after, the rain showers flip over to snow showers, and I think we'll see that potential down to the valley floors overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and then off and on with that northwesterly flow, we'll see some periods of snow showers making their way across the state. So a very wintry-like scene shaping up for us Thursday and maybe even early Friday in some parts. So as we look at your forecast through Friday, now notice the snowfall map accumulation does include valley areas. Now, I point out the north and the central mountains are going to do very well again with this next system. So another 6 to 12 inches or more, very likely with this system. But notice we even get the valleys along the I-15 corridor potentially in the mix with a chance of some accumulating snow. A little early to give numbers just yet, so I won't do that, but at least there's a chance of some accumulating snow on the valley floors. We'll try to watch those trends in the coming days. Quiet, mild for your Tuesday. Dry start on Wednesday. Then here comes the PM rain and snow mix. And then Thursday, colder temperatures with that valley and mountain snow potential. Mid-50s for your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in St. George with isolated showers Thursday. We go from the 50s to 40s and 20s for your temperature heading into the weekend. The Wasatch Front, the rain is done. Drier conditions Monday afternoon and Tuesday. Here comes the rain and snow late Wednesday, turning to all snow potentially with some light accumulations possible Thursday, followed by the inversion just in time for the weekend. Alyssa?